So, welcome to the program Retrain the Brain, release the stress and discover inner peace and happiness. So, again, this program is based on the Easternwisdom. I talk about it. We have the tradition is almost 6,000 years old, and they follow the same principles. Every teacher follows the same principle, but yes, they customize the practices to maximize the benefit based on the temperament, the challenges that you have. So I have categorized there are three levels of our readiness to maximize the benefit. The first is that you have problems of anxiety, stress, challenges. You can include all the challenges. All the challenges and the problems are grouped into one word that is known as suffering. The Buddha says the word is suffering. So that suffering includes the stress and the stress-induced disorders. Oh, you're here? Good. And the second, it says, second level, you're okay, you're living a healthy life. Yeah, as you pointed out that your honey is already evolved. So only one thing is required, that we should understand these principles so that we can take charge of our life even if you are living a healthy life. So that comes the second level, which is known as achieve the optimum level of well-being. You have memory, you have retention power, you can take care of the challenges, day-to-day challenges. Why? Because the world itself is full of suffering. The world is not going to change. I change myself within. And that is how I am able to maintain the optimum level of well-being. Well, then there is a third category, you can say that is an advanced category, advanced stage of people wants to evolve. They have experienced the pleasures in their life and the pain. They have moved out of it. They are living a healthy, well-being life, and still the mind asks, what is the next? I have a lot of money. I have my honey. I have my kids, but what else? So mind is not stressed. You are not living in a stress. That is what every master says. One has to reach to that level. You should have an innate desire. What else in my life? I have seen the life of the sex and authority, position and the money, the luxuries and the comforts. What else? So that is, every master says that you have reached a saturation point while living in the world. Only then it leads to awakening to inner peace and happiness. So this principle applies to every practices and every program. Prana. Prana is a word, Sanskrit word. It has two syllables, prana. It says the first unit of energy. And it is the prana that affects the change. Whatever the change that we experience in the world, I'm talking sound energy. It is changing. Body is changing. Mind is changing. Intellect is changing. Ego is changing. This room is changing. The earth is moving. Gravitational force. So all the great masters say it is because of prana. First unit of energy. Another understanding and a definition, if I say, yadvai praniti sah prana, means that by which the living force is alive, and that living force constantly affects the change. What is the meaning of life? It is a constant change. There is no change, there is no life. There is no life. One master was a shopkeeper in India. He was an enlightened master. So he was sitting at his shop. A person came inquiring, "Oh, where is the permanent house of X?" So he used that permanent house, permanent home. So the master indicated, "Go straight, turn right, then turn left. After a mile, you'll find the permanent house." So this guy went there and he saw the cremation ground. He came back and he asked, "What the hell you told me? Permanent house?" So the master says, "Those who go there, they never come back." That is the permanent house. We changed our house. When I came here, Carmela used to come to my rented accommodation. We used to talk on these principles. So my American friends, this is your starter. Then you have a starter home, and that's how we constantly change everything. We change our car. And now there is a wave in America, in our country, that we also change our spouses. This change comes from the prana. It changes the mind, it changes the body, it changes the intellect, it changes. Why it changes? On which based is the principle and the program and the practices of Kundalini? It is the change. The moment any change that happens due to this prana, the mind also changes. And because the mind is impure by default, it is looking and seeking pleasure outside. And if we manipulate, if I use the term, if we manipulate rightly this prana, we can change the mind, we can transform the mind. So that is why we have a lot of breathing practices. That is one way to affect the change in the mind. The sound, the mantra. Where is the meaning of the mantra? That which liberates the mind from the suffering. That is known as mantra. So we have more than 100,000 mantras. And those masters who lived for 6,000 years, they have found out a certain mantra affects a particular center or a particular state of the mind. Last thing, this prana moves up and down. When it moves up, not only our energy rises up, but also the mind also rises up. For example, some instinct, maybe some habit, maybe some addiction is pushing you. The prana, the energy doesn't push. It is the mind, the habit of the mind. So mind has, I'm just picking up a couple of more principles. You can remember, janati, ichhati, karoti. Sanskrit word. Janati, knowing. Ichhati, desire. Karoti, I start chasing the desire to fulfill it. I was giving in the morning in an addiction class in that not-for-profit foundation. I said, you 5 guys are going to a Wawa. Out of the 2, all the 5 look at the cigarette, only 2 get some hesitation. You can find out those 2 have an addiction. You all guys see the same thing. Only 2 feel hesitated, and that hesitation is a desire. and you get obsessed with that desire, and mind says, let me put into action, buy it. Nothing happens to the rest of the three because you are not addicted to smoking. Well, just one example. You may be addicted to eating, and then you can example. So here what happens, janati, the first thing that I must know an object, and that object is the object of pleasure. Yeah? Then only I must have the knowledge. If the person doesn't know what it means by a cigarette, nothing happens. I must know. So after knowing, then I know, I think, I get attracted, I taste it, I get a desire. So now that desire, when it turns into an obsession, you are not aware of yourself, but you are driven by that desire to grab it. Right? Now compare this, and I'll take another 2 minutes and then we'll start. So the lowest level of our desire, lowest level of the desire is represented by the lowest center, the sex, pleasure, the physical pleasure. And that center known as, remember that, it will trigger your mind. That center in Sanskrit is known as kama. And the topmost center is known as Rama. So the word Rama is symbolically expressed as a god Rama. Rama means the self that permeates all the beings on this universe, and that is full of peace, happiness. That is also known as Shiva. So there is a Rama and there is a Kama. Energy moves up and down into that. Who moves that energy? The mind. The mind is purified. Mind is pure. It has no obsession. That mind can easily lift the energy out. You live in peace. Only the three centers represents all the illnesses of the human race. The first, the lowest center, the desire for pleasure. The second is basically desire for everything outside. The third center is of the greed. Only when you reach to the fourth center, then your mind is pure. Then you realize that nothing can give me pleasure outside. I have seen everything repeatedly. That includes I have seen many cars, I have seen many houses. Oh, people can also include I have seen many honeys, divorced, remarried, But once that your mind is pure, now I want to discover peace. You have a right intention, and that lives 24/7. You're driving your car, where is the peace? Before going to sleep, peace. You're eating, you find the happiness is here. Mind may like a particular food, but constantly, it is 24/7. Then what happens? No negative energy, no positive energy. Everything is positive. I should have accumulated a tremendous amount of negative energy. For the last 38 years, I've been taking care of people suffering from stress, anxiety, bipolar, addiction. So from that principle, there is nothing negative energy. Everything that comes out from you is positive. The mind that goes down, that manifests as a negativity. Lift it up. Finished. So this is the program that we are going to do today. So the mind changes. The mind has to be lifted up. And when the mind lifts up, that energy starts moving upward. And when the mind and the energy merges here, that is known as the third. Can you think of 3 years? What will you do with the 3 years? That is total misconception. We talk about three eyes. Now even think if the real, like two physical eyes, one more eye opens up there and I'm looking at you. So that eye is the eye of a wisdom. It is not a physical eye. And we start talking about third eye. You know, not a single teacher in our tradition talks about there is a physical eye. So if there is a physical eye, then there are 3 ears, where you will accommodate the third ear. So we have to understand it, principles, understanding the principles, and then you do the practice. Knowledge. First is the knowledge. And then you have a right intention, right desire to evolve, and then you put into the practice, the result comes. So I put my 100%, you say, no, he's a crazy teacher. Yes, I'm a crazy. You have to put your 100%. If you don't put your 100%, no change will come. And the last thing, I reminded myself of the Facebook, where I can meet your guru. I want to awaken myself. First thing, are you putting your 100%? Your personal effort in a right direction is required. When the personal effort reaches to a saturation point, the blessing falls from above and the teacher appears. That teacher may be in the form of a living master, that may be in the form of a text, that may be in the form of anything. It appears. To find a guru is to put your 100%, continue to make an effort to discover peace and happiness. No, I'm searching for a guru, I didn't find a guru. That has no value in our tradition. That has no value. Can you really find a guru? You are already suffering from stress. How can the stressed mind find the guru?
You walk into yoga herb.
I follow that tradition. Let us start. Now we will not do. Sit or lie down, close your eyes. Now we will follow what we have understood and discussed. It is always good and better for the newcomers who can lie down on the bare back. It's a longer practice. You may feel little, you may feel tempted. I can do it while sitting. Yes, if you can do while sitting, nothing like it. Eyes are closed, sitting or lying down, being comfortable. Now I'm going to change the practice today a little bit to walk you through an inner consciousness, looking at the neck joint and feeling the sensation, being comfortable, and experience the steadiness. Move the mind on the shoulder joints, feel the sensation. I'm not pushing you. It's your shoulder joints. You are aware. You are ready 100%. You are in a guided meditation, means you keep your mind aside and listening to the teacher. I'm only a teacher until the class finishes. After that, I'm free, and still I'm free. So looking at the hip joint, knee joints, ankles, and the toes, the entire body is comfortable. You can adjust and align. Make sure it is your mind that understands the body is comfortable. And it is your mind during the practice will start moving the body. Then who is responsible? That is how you make your personal effort to qualify, and then the teacher appears. Your personal effort is the first step. Second is be carefree. Being carefree means what? Keep your mind aside. Mind says, no, I will move the body. You simply respond to your own mind, thank you, but do nothing. Don't follow it. there is a blind leader in us, and that blind leader is the mind. Mind does not know where lies the inner peace and happiness. That's why we say all meditation transcends the mind. How simple it is to understand. Once you have understood, let the mind say anything. We don't listen to it. You become carefree. The third point is the right intention. Look inside the head. Look inside your head in the space and let me discover peace and happiness today. What is the point of belief? That the peace and the happiness lies within you. Let me discover and awaken to inner peace and happiness. And the time comes, because of your personal effort, that no thought ever returns to your mind except there is one thought, one thinker. Where is the peace in me? Where is the happiness in me? You are possessed by that. You are inspired by that. There are many indications. Now coming to the second step. Second, third, and the fourth step would be a challenging and full of opportunity. In every step, we will do one active step, one semi-active step, and the third will be totally passive. And in all the three steps, we will explore the three centers. The first center is the center of the wisdom. We will take up first the center of our action. That is belly button, the center of emotion, and the love, the heart, and the center of the wisdom, the third eye, inside the forehead. So let us see, look inside the belly button and start breathing long in the hissing breath from the belly only. You inhale, the belly goes up. You exhale, the belly drops down. Inhale, the belly goes up. Exhale, the belly goes down. No movement in the body, long in the hissing breath. Continue, my friends, continue long and the hissing breath. Long and the hissing breath. The long and the hissing breath. Continue long and the hissing breath. Long and the hissing breath. And stop it. Semi-active step. Take a deep breath into the belly only, and while breathing out, make the humming sound louder, deeper and longer. Louder, deeper and longer as you exhale, and doing the humming sound, squeeze your belly inside so the mind will return there. You see, that's what we discussed today in the session. Keep your awareness and attention inside the belly button. Louder, deeper and longer. Louder, deeper and longer. stop it. The semi-active step also stops. Now totally passive. Look at the head and the neck and experience the change. And that change is the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. We'll continue this kind of a practice in a couple of sessions for these 3 steps, because that will help me to observe the way you are making an humming sound will give me an idea where you stand in the journey. Move the mind on both the arms. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Look at the chest and the belly, sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. We are not doing anything. We have kept our mind aside. We are comfortable and steady. We are listening. What you're listening from me? You borrowed my mind. And what exactly you're listening? You're listening your own experience. I'm not guiding you at all. Look at both the legs. Be there, feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. So we'll follow the same 3 steps at 3 centers. The second center from about the belly button is the center of the heart, the center of pure emotion. And this emotion has 2 sides, like a north and the south pole. One pole, jealousy, hatred, extremely attached to a person or a thing, and the other is universal love, compassion. So look inside the heart and start breathing quick and fast from the chest only. Quick and fast. You inhale, expand the chest, and you contract the chest when the breath comes out. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract. Please continue. Quick and fast. While you are doing the practice for a change, you will experience the change in your there is a change of experience. Accept it. No, I feel something. Don't allow the mind to start thinking. Just do it. Continue, my friends. Continue. There is nothing bad. You're in safe hands, my friend. Continue. Continue. Quick, fast breath. Quick, fast breath. Quick, fast breath. Stop it. You have an experience. You have to only inhale into the chest for making a humming sound. And while exhaling from the chest, make the humming sound. Total expansion of the chest. Take your time. I want to keep your awareness and attention intact. And it's an easy way for me to observe if you all are making a journey as told to you. How I could see the expansion and the contraction of your rib cage. At the same time, you need to maintain your awareness. What is happening? We are breaking the habit and conditioning of the mind and raising the energy above. and stop it. The third point, look at the head and the neck. Experience the sensation, relaxation in the stillness. After doing that active and the semi-active step, the mind withdraws inside. When the mind withdraws inside, the energy that was scattered due to the outward moving mind gathers inside. That leads to change in your experience inside the head, which you say, oh, I feel lightheadedness. Why you say lightheadedness? The mind has heavily conditioned your mind. Look at both the arms and feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness, chest and the belly. You experience the change, accept it, welcome it. I've seen some people say, I have a lot of anxiety because I'm feeling such. Oh, you did the practice. Come on, accept the change. What is meaning of anxiety? The mind sticks to the same expression, same unfounded fear with any set of experiences. Look at both the legs, sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. The entire body. Done. Third point, looking inside the center of wisdom. If you remember, it would do wonders in your life. Janati, knowing it. Ichhati, desiring it. Karoti, living that life based on the knowledge and the desire. Janati, what is Janati? My true nature is peace and happiness. I'm not living in peace and happiness now, so there is a desire. I want to discover peace and happiness within. What it takes to me in my life, I'll do it. You put into action. You'll be able to drop unnecessary, unwanted desires that causes the suffering, anxiety, many other challenges. Look inside the forehead. And this time you have to inhale and exhale, deep, long, and the fast, both from the belly and the chest. Keep your focus inside the forehead. First you inhale into the belly, then you continue inhaling into the chest, you exhale from the belly, from the chest. Let the mind experience that you have infinite space to fill this prana inside. Can you do it? Intelligence and the wisdom is infinite. Continue. Long in the hissing. Those who are ready, those who are fully qualified, they experience the change and the mind is kept aside. The mind is not creating any duality and a conflict. The body is not moving. You see that? Then you are there. And leave this. Now continue taking a deep, long breath both into the belly and the chest, looking inside the forehead. Humming sound. Because you inhale both into the belly and the chest, it's a very long breath. Can you do the long humming sound? Yes, continue. The way you want to do it, just do it. Doing is important. We have already understood. Action means doing. And strap it. Look at the head and the neck. Sensation, relaxation, stillness, tingling, numbness. You may experience, you may have many other experiences. What should I do? Do nothing. Accept it. Move. Continue the journey. Both the legs. Both the legs. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Both the arms. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Chest and the belly, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The next step, in which we engage the body, in which the habitual and the conditioned mind keeps that blame, complaint, and reaction, will also use the breath, but that too with the sound, with the mantra. And the mantra is Soham. First we will use it softly but loudly so that each one hears the sound, including you, like Soham, 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 Soham. The second level, we will do it mentally, we will bypass the body and breath. And the third will help the mind to live within and do it, aims at awakening. So what should you do? You should be totally comfortable, easy, in the state of relaxation, sensation, stillness, and calmness. Look inside the forehead, in the space. Become aware. Tell the mind that I'm going to fill up the Soham inside the forehead. When there is only Soham, nothing else, what will happen? It means the mind has dropped all its thinking and its habit. So focus, I'm using the word focus inside the forehead, in the space, and start Soham, 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 Soham. Yeah, loudly. Soham, 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 Soham. Continue. Again, take the breath and continue. And if the rhythm comes, you are there. Soham, 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 Soham. You don't allow a single thought to come in between two Soham, and that you are doing it vocally. Soham, 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 Soham. It becomes a play and a fun. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 Soham. No need to shy. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 Soham. You are still focused inside the forehead. Continue. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 Soham. Soham, 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 and stop it. Do it mentally and check did the mind find the rhythm. When you are doing mentally, you're doing the same thing, and you hear the sound of the soham, 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 and it creates the vibration. You feel the change. It is a joyful experience, and you are not hammering. And I used to say hammer. No hammering, with love, with awareness and attention. Soham, 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 soham. What you did, you bypass the interference by the body, means local vocal cord, larynx, and also the breath. Now the breath is normal. You need not to change the breath because you are doing it mentally. Can you realize the breath is independent, the body is independent, and do you experience it is happening independent of the body and the breath? What it means, you are already there. Continue. Continue. Nothing else except the Soham. Soham means I'm that. What is that? I'm my true nature. I am the pure consciousness. I am the peace and the happiness, love and the wisdom. Yes, you are. We are evolving. Now, stop this Soham, Soham also. Pick up the breath, no change. The breath goes in, look inside the forehead, Soham. The breath comes out, Soham. Goes in, Soham. Comes out, Soham. Only one Soham breath goes in, one Soham when the breath returns. And now even stop saying Soham, do nothing. But even when you do nothing, you are aware. Casually keep your awareness inside the forehead in the state of doing nothing. You have done all your personal effort. You have reached to a saturation point. If you have heard me talking to you, what happens? In that state of doing nothing, when you have reached to a saturation of your personal effort, something pours down from the higher consciousness. That is known as an awakening. Today I gave a very simplified version to explain you this journey. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Let everyone be happy. Sarve santu niramaya. Let everyone be healthy. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Let everyone be blessed. Let everyone be blessed. You see that? These masters never talk about any god, goddesses, religion, cult, dogma, belief. They say you have to qualify, reach to a point. The blessing is already there. Ma kasche dukha bhag bhaved. Let none suffer from misery in this world. Shanti, Shanti, Bring your awareness on the right hand. Bring your mind on the left hand. Lift both the palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Now we will share our experiences. Later on, you can ask me any question related to the program and the practice. How are you, my friend?
I feel good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
You remain totally calm, totally motionless.
A few times I got tired and
Yeah, that's okay.
because I blanked out totally.
So she started while lying down the practice, and there is an urge inside, oh, can I do it while sitting? And she could do it. So take it very easy. Don't, how are you? Good? Calm.
I don't know if I'm doing the breathing right, but
No, it's okay. That's how I change the practices and observe. How are you, my friend?
I think all that you said before was very enlightening.
Very enlightened.
Very enlightening, helped a lot.
Ah,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Don't believe them. They may be telling a lie. You tell your own experience.
Yes.
My body feels so relaxed right now.
You're relaxed?
I'm very, very relaxed.
So do you promise me to remain relaxed 24/7 from today?
I'm not sure.
I wish we could come every day.
You see that, no, everyone, not you. Oh, why don't you live in peace and happiness? Who lives in peace and happiness in this world? You see, the impure mind goes back. It doesn't stick to it. That makes you qualified. That makes you ready. And it's not a one-day journey. How are you, my friend?
Good. I felt like I couldn't move. Even when I opened my eyes, I couldn't move. It's very, very deep.
Very deep. Wonderful. Wonderful, I think. Both the talk and the practice and your experiences, putting your 100% all are required. Wonderful. How are you?
I'm very
Good? Relax, calm? You should continue. At this young age, you hear a lot about, you maybe, I'm just guessing. It is not there. But you might be hearing a lot of problems, anxiety, stress, So if you start at this young age, it would be much better. Choice is yours. How are you?
I'm very good. I benefit greatly from these classes.
Good.
Just gives me a sense of calmness.
Yes.
I have work to do, but it's
Yeah, still you remain calm.
yes, which
That is the key.
very helpful to me.
Very helpful. Wonderful. Thank you. And how are you?
I felt like I was melting into the floor.
That is going to change the brain. Your challenges will definitely be removed. Melting into the floor is sense of bodilessness. Wonderful. How are you, my friend?
In peace.
In peace, yes. You see that? Now you're in peace. And how are you?
Good. It felt really deep, very deep at the end.
Very deep in that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So you see that both the talk, what I talk, I don't know anything. I just borrow the principles from the Eastern wisdom, make you aware. So the first part, do you remember? Janati, knowing. Know the principles. So now say if you don't know the principle, then what happens? And you have a stress. Then the entire world, including the Google, says manage your stress. Means keep the stress to a minimum level, but manage. You see, so simple a principle. But what these principles of Eastern wisdom says, peace is your nature. Don't think of managing or reducing. No. Get the peace inside. That changes the entire mental perspective. The mind stops blaming, complaining, reacting to the people outside, to the objects outside. You take these principles a grain of salt. Okay, he has to give a class, that's why he's talking. Even if I'm talking, consider this. Practice this and see the change. You need not to believe it, I'm saying it. Yes, Ila.
I spent lots of years and lots of money on therapy for anxiety, as you know.
No, yeah.
Panic, anxiety. And it'd be interesting when, the therapist would say, you need to relax.
Therapist will
And I was
say,
like,
need to relax.
When does somebody relax when somebody else tells you, and I never knew, what does that mean? You need to relax. And I said, well, if I could relax, I wouldn't be coming in here.
You should guide me how to relax. But they don't have anything except psychiatrist has a pill. One psychiatrist, was sitting in his office and a beautiful girl entered and he stood up. And then he sat down. So the girl said, what happened to you? When I saw you, I'm stressed. What's your problem?